Welcome to the gameplay section, and this is where we work out whether the game is too easy or too hard, and if we've got any problems where we might find some answers. So I've written down a few things here so you can reference this point of the video and go back to it and check the various things. In terms of gameplay, the first thing I'd look at is go to the sun and look at the glide times. These are the seconds it takes for the sun to go from the top to the bottom. And so we've got the first one set at 20, and then I've got it set at 30, and then 35 for the third one. Now you may find, depending on what you've got your counters set to, that this is too easy or too hard. So if you need more time to get up the points, you can get make the glide time longer. So you can set that to 30 seconds or 40 seconds or whatever works. Now in terms of points, we can look at the berries, because this is the area where when the bird eats the berries, we get a few points. And I've found that if I set it at 3, the game is kind of in the middle. And if I set it at 4, then the game's reasonably easy. So it's not too hard to get to 15 when you get 4 points each time. It obviously gets a bit harder when there's a boss monkey and the little monkey coming in and taking points off you, but 4 should be reasonably easy. And 3's, getting there, and 2 is hard. So that's one to check. And all these things kind of balance each other out. So sometimes you might need to make it all very easy and then slowly make it harder until it's kind of at a point where it's challenging but still possible. The other points to look at are the monkey. So when the monkey eats the berries, we've got that at -1. If you want to make it harder, you can make that too, but I'd probably leave that one at -1. The bird is the same. When you get eaten by the boss monkey, -2 makes it quite hard. I've set this one to -1. So all in all, if we look at the points, on the bird I've got the boss monkey taking 1 point off us, so -1. When the bird eats the berries, I've got it at 3. And when the monkey steals the berries, I've got that at -1. So they're all the points. The other thing to look at is the glide time of the boss monkey and the berries, if you like. So I've got this now set to 2, which makes it a bit easier. In the original coding, I had this set to 1. So you can change between those two and see what suits you. All right, so troubleshooting. So you might find that if the music is going out of sync, it might sound good at the start, but it might go out of sync. What that means is that you might have changed one of these to like 0.2, or you might have these in the wrong sequence. And if they're in the wrong sequence, but it comes out okay and sort of sounds okay, there's a good chance after a minute or so it might slightly flip out of sync and the instruments might not be playing together. That's been my experience anyway. So I've kept them all the same, and that seems to stick together and not be a problem. If the scripts are not stopping, make sure you've got stop all the scripts. And this came in when I created the music. I just needed to make sure for some of the things like the berries, I needed to stop the other scripts in Sprite. And the berry stash didn't need to, but definitely the monkeys. You need to make sure you've got these in there. If things are not working for you in terms of changing levels, check you've used the dropper to get the right color for the sea for each level. So go to the sun and make sure that you have gone to this color and got the dropper. And in this case, this is for level 2. So you go to the costume on level 2 and you use that dropper to get the color of the sea.